site and see where the news. Do you want me to start over with that, or like just describe it, or?
Whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, Fractor is a site that aggregates the news and matches it up with opportunities for social activism. So every time you read a piece of news, it's matched up on the other side with a nonprofit need or an NGO need, that kind of a thing. So if you're looking at the site, for example, and here's this piece of news, you can click on it and it expands and shows you all the acts that are associated with it. So right now what I'm showing you is a demo site, but basically that's at the heart of it is the interactivity of the news matched up with social actions.
Okay, so you mean that people can match some situation to action?
Right, exactly. So for example, if there's a news item, say like that is a natural disaster, a story on the natural disaster in China or something like that, it'll be matched up with actions that you can do to help that. So for example, it might have, send food and blankets, to this, area, or if it's a news item about, let's say, conflict, in a region, might be matched up with, let's say, conflict resolution summer camps or something like that. So it's always going to be matched up to a relevant and related volunteer action. And the volunteer actions can be any range of actions. It can be actually a physical volunteer action where you actually go or do something, to help, or it can be like a financial volunteer action, so maybe just a donation, or something that's just online, like maybe you only have time to do like online actions, so you can restrict it to that too. And it's also, you can also choose to sort of only look at local news, like maybe I'm only interested in local news and what I can do locally to help my community, so you can also look at it that way. But basically, again, we're just aggregating news and matching it up with nonprofit needs. Right now we're in an alpha stage, so we've developed it and it is in a working frame right now. You're looking at the demo.fractor.org, which is our demo site, and we hope to go live in probably within the next 6 months, I would say. And we're here at the We Media Conference because we're a part of the grant competition, the Ashoka Changemakers grant competition, and we're actually finalists. So we'll be participating in the Pitch It finals on Thursday, tomorrow morning, and hopefully with the grant competition award, we would be able to realize the second stage of our alpha site, which is to make that recommendation engine better and to also develop a widget that can be placed on third-party news sites like CNN or New York Times or BBC, so that from any news site you'll be able to click on a button, a Fractor button, and be able to see what you can do with that particular news story that you've read on any third-party news site.
And what you think about that? Do you inspire in some situation, in some disaster, something like that?
Yeah, we're hoping to sort of like bridge that first step where you read a news story and you might think like, what can I do about that? Like, there's so many news stories out there that are violent, that are about violence or disaster and that kind of a thing. And I think that people are very, very interested in what they can do about it, but not always knowing how they can, put their actions, into act, put that thought into action. So we're hoping to sort of bridge that first spark of inspiration to action, where news readership isn't just about passive news reading, but also about acting on it as well.
What is your dream for Fractor?
Well, hopefully we're really hoping to make it a primary place where people can go to read the news and also to do volunteer work and to be able to gain a critical mass of news readership. So hopefully we'll be getting, when we're at critical mass, millions of news readers that are all able to act on the news. So that's the big vision of it.